Hi, everybody. This is Belinda Mendoza with Design for Energy here in Austin, Texas. Feng Shui expert and law of attraction coach for over 20 years. I also do intuitive life readings, and I also do dowsing and energy clearings for spaces and buildings. And I wanted to share something with you tonight that I thought was important. We're starting into the new year. Here we are in February in Austin, and it's a freezing night. And I thought this would be kind of an interesting topic. And that is, as we start the new year, we start off with goals or intentions. In my work, we like to use intentions. We feel like they're more powerful because you're intending for something to happen. And so you're using the words in the present tense, like I am wealthy, I am abundant, I am healthy. And so those are things we encourage our clients to start out the new year with, writing intentions, and then feng shuiing their spaces and setting up their office for a good business, or their bedrooms for good partnerships, their kitchens for good health, their family rooms for harmony, their dining rooms for harmony, kids' rooms, things like that. So we encourage all of that in the new year, especially around the Lunar New Year, to bring in the new animal's energy. This year, we're going into the rabbit year and get a head start. So many consultants will do this, like myself, and give our clients tips on ways to get the year started. Well, as we all know, people get started and they get gung-ho, especially, January 1st with their goals. And we often know that a lot of times they don't, they lose momentum. We don't stick with it, or we change it around, and to the point that doesn't have as much focus. We kind of allow things to happen, and we sort of respond to those things rather than being proactive. And in the art of feng shui, where everything is energy, we really want to be proactive. So we want to set up our space for harmony and prosperity and good things. But then we also want to have an intention and take action. Well, I always ask my clients questions like, what are your results so far? Are you seeing evidence in your life that you are getting the results that you desire, or that you're moving towards that goal? Because in feng shui, everything is about measuring things by what you see, what the outcome is, what are the results. Like when we set up a space, like an office space, and then we take action on it, are we getting new business? Are we getting new clients? Are we feeling better in our work? Are we feeling much more clarity, more creativity and clarity? Are all these things flowing and moving forward, even if we haven't met our financial goal at that point, but we feel it, we feel like we're heading there because there's this momentum that's moving us every day. And so what things can take us off track is fear and the negative mindset. And this is where the law of attraction comes in, that says everything that you think about expands. So we want you to always be thinking about those things in the sense of, if you're not getting, evidence of what it is you're desiring, then where is your mind? What is your, what are your thoughts? And if you listen to world news, you can go down the rabbit hole of negativity, because the news tends to be more, wanting to expand on the things that are really harsh and negative to get our attention, when there's so many beautiful things going on in the world all the time. But that doesn't sell, that doesn't make the headlines always. So, we can get really down if we watch the news and we look at what the economy's doing and what the world events are and things of that nature, even though we might be just really happy-go-lucky, and all we have to do is turn on the television, then we'll go down a negative place. And if many of you are feeling like, we're in a recession, and in actuality, the definition of a recession is 2 consecutive quarters of negative gross domestic product. And we had that in the summer of 2022. And we're supposedly not in one now, but people are still feeling that, many people. And there may be another, place in a few months where that may feel like it's happening again. Well, in the energy world and the law of attraction, there really is no such thing as a recession. There's only total abundance, and we all have access to it in every moment of our lives. There is always money, there's always wealth, and there's always ways to acquire it in ways that are healthy and that are flowing, that are positive. We have to be in control of that with our mind. So in the art of Feng Shui, we can totally avoid the whole word and see this as more as a, needing to increase momentum. So rather than saying, well, my business isn't doing so well because, we've been in a recession and, people don't have money to spend right now. And so every time I get a phone call from someone, they always, want me to lower my price, or they say, oh, that's too expensive, or, oh, I need to find somebody else, or I need to wait. Well, they're being influenced by the outside world about money and being in lack. And then they're putting that on you, if you will, through their responses. And you need to be, as a person who's, selling a service, confident in knowing that you're going to provide something that's not only going to help them, but it's going to help them financially and have them move forward in their financial goals. So 3 tips I wanted to leave you with on how Feng Shui, the art of Feng Shui, can help you not only move through a recession mind, but it also can boost your wealth during a recession, if you will, if you're going to call it that. And that is, always stay in the flow, always be in the momentum. Feng Shui is all about momentum. So if you notice that things are not happening the way that you intended or what you put forth in your goals for the year, then you might want to take a look at, especially if it has to do with business, you might want to take a look at your workplace, where you spend your time. Okay. I can give you a couple of examples just in my background right here. Make sure there's plenty of light, because that's the chi coming in. That's the chi flowing in and around you and through your space. So if you don't have natural light, like what's behind me in this picture, like nature, then make sure you have really good lighting in your space. Greenery, plants, is also the wood element, which is about growth. And it has to do with money because of the color green. And you can use the money plant or the jade plant, and you can Google those to see what they look like. Put them on your desk or in the foyer when you walk in. And watering them is symbolic of nurturing and watering and growing your finances. A third element is water. Water creates flow. So if you don't have a beautiful view of water like what's behind me, which most of us don't have, that I know of anyway, who live in the city, this is something that is, this is why people gravitate to oceans and beaches, because it feels so serene and so expansive and clears your mind. So there's a lot of ways you can bring the water element in to your business space. And that's with a water picture, like a big picture of the ocean. You can also put in a water feature, like a tabletop fountain. And the good sectors for those are the north sectors, especially the north. And any blue colors are the water element. And so those are some ways that you can continue to keep the flow moving, the momentum going. Whenever you feel stuck, you think things are not moving towards your goals, think about your space and how can you improve it? How can you make it more elegant, more, especially if you see clients, how can you make it look more abundant and prosperous? If you're doing Zoom calls, it's same rule. You still want to, look like your space is prosperous. And these are things that can help that momentum and keep going. But the main one, which I'll say the last one, is taking action. So once you've decided that you want, to increase your sales for the month or what have you, then you want to take action on that. Does that mean I need to do some more social media? Does that mean I need to fix my website? Does that mean I need to go to more networking meetings? Does that mean I need to do more Zoom presentations? Whatever that means, you're taking action. You're putting energy toward your goal. And with that in mind, have an affirmation that is positive. One is good. That is one that is an example that I like is abundance is showing up in so many ways in my life. So that covers everything. You just feel abundant, you're going to attract it. I just feel like abundance is showing up in so many ways. Another one is I feel appreciation for the wealth that flows to me. We always want to be grateful and show gratitude. And so I feel appreciation for all the wealth and money that's in my bank and in my retirement account right now. I feel abundance for all the money that's flowing to me easily. I feel so grateful that I am living an abundant life. And this should be a mantra that you recite to yourself every day in some form or fashion. Put it on a post-it note on your mirror when you get ready in the morning, and see this not as words, not as just reading like affirmations, but as something that you really feel. And I remember Tony Robbins mentioning one time in one of his earliest books, I think it was How He Got Started. He was living in a 700 square foot apartment, and he was on the floor. He didn't even have much furniture, and he was reading all these books on neurolinguistics and power positive thinking and all of that. And he was, really just wanting to get started and get his life going. And he said that, one of the principles he learned was, act as if you already have money, that you have abundance in your life, that there are no issues with that. And get a symbol for yourself that makes you feel that way. And so in his case, he went and bought a Rolex watch. I don't remember if he got it vintage or how he got it, but he got himself a Rolex. And so he wore that every day, a gold Rolex. He wore it all the time to show him that he was already there. He was already wealthy. He was already abundant, because to him, that was a symbol of wealth. It may not be that for you, but it could be something else. And it makes you feel like you've arrived, that everything else is gravy. You're just out there, putting your gifts into the world, and abundance keeps flowing to you. So again, there is no recession in the energy world, in the law of attraction, in the universe. Everything flows. There's energy in everything. Money is purely a vehicle. Money is a vehicle of energy in the world. And it doesn't mean anything unless people put a value on it. So it's the same thing with anything that you do. If you value yourself, your business, what you do, how you present yourself, you're going to attract people who value that too. And so those are my words for using Feng Shui to increase momentum, move you through a recession, keep your prosperity, wealth, and money vibration high, is to activate your space in some way, especially if it's dim and cluttered and depressing to you. Spend time on it and make it, a place that really feels like you can create there and is prosperous feeling to you. And then have those, some elements in there like water, plants, or a picture of where, a picture of what you really want in life, maybe where you want to ultimately live, where you want to vacation. Maybe you have a beautiful picture in your office of, a resort, maybe in Bali, and that's someplace you want to go sometime, or you want to go often. Put that up in your office. These are things that will be, again, come your way because you're putting focus on them. So hope those tips are helpful, so you don't get down when things are not going well, or the economy looks like it's going down the tubes according to the news. Remember, you're always abundant. You have everything you possibly want and need. You just have to believe it, have faith in yourself, have faith in the power of energy, and that it's in your thoughts. Your thoughts are creating a lot of the reason why things are not working. So why not have your thoughts create things that you do want for yourself? And that's the whole point of the law of attraction and using them together with the art of Feng Shui. They work beautifully because there's energy in everything, not just in objects. It's also in our thoughts. So thank you for listening. Hope that's helpful. If I can be of any assistance to you one-on-one, I do Zoom consultations worldwide. All I need is a floor plan and some photos and your issue, and we can help you create a more prosperous and harmonious space in record time. You can reach me at designforenergy.com or Belinda at designforenergy.com for an email. Thank you so much. Take care.